The basics of making set lists are covered in the Getting Started tutorial, but here are some additional capabilities that you might not know about. First, BandHelper can calculate the duration of your complete set list and of each individual set, but you have to define the duration of each of your songs on the Song Edit page. If most of your songs have a similar duration, you can edit your setlist and set a default song duration. And if most of your setlists will have similar song durations, you can set a default song duration at the account level, and then any setlists you create will use that duration. With these defaults in place, you can still set different durations for specific songs as needed. You can also set a time during breaks, a time during pauses, and a time between songs to make the total duration more accurate. By default, BandHelper labels your sets with the simple names Set1, Set2, etc. You can customize these by entering your own set names. For example, I like to add a few extra songs at the end of my set list in case we have some time to fill. So I've made a set name Extras. And now when I edit my set list, I can click the Options button on the set heading and select Choose Set Name and select Extras. And in this case, I don't want my extras set to be included in the duration calculations, so I'll edit that custom set name and turn on Exclude from Total Duration. And now I can add a few extra songs at the end without messing up the duration of my main set list. I can also add custom names for pauses. For example, I can designate a spot in the set list where I want to stop and introduce the band. So I've added a custom pause name, and then I can add a pause to my set list and click its Options button and choose that pause name. And then that name will appear on my set list as a reminder of what to do. When calculating the total set list duration, BandHelper will use the pause duration set in the set list, but I can override that for specific pauses by editing the pause name. So I can plan to have some pauses take longer than others and have that be reflected accurately in the totals. Besides calculating the duration of your setlist while you're creating it, BandHelper can also calculate the projected end time while you're performing it. You'll need to edit one of your layouts to add any of these time-related fields like remaining show duration or projected show end time. Then, as you select the songs in your setlist, these fields will update to help you target a specific end time for your show. BandHelper can also help you keep your break times under control. You can turn on Settings, Appearance, Break Timer, and make sure your setlist has a time during breaks. Then when you get to a break in your setlist, BandHelper will show this countdown timer. When it gets to 0, it will turn red and show negative numbers to remind you and your bandmates to get back to work. If I have a BandHelper Basic account, I can enter a date, time, and contact info for my setlist on the Details page. If I have a Pro account, as shown here, I can attach an event to my setlist and attach contacts to my event. Then when I view the list of setlists, I'll see this divider line. Setlists that don't have a date or an event, but are just used generally or reused frequently will appear above the line sorted by name, while setlists that have a specific date or event will appear below the line sorted by date. And if needed, I can change the sorting of this list from the search icon, or double-click the icon to return to the default sorting.